I'm about to spend 10 minutes doing something that should take me weeks. And I'm not exaggerating. This literally saves me 40 plus hours of mind numbing work that I was dreading. You know how everyone's talking about AI taking jobs? Well, they're missing the real story. The smart people aren't worried about AI replacing them. They're using it to automate the boring stuff so that they can focus on what actually matters. What I'm about to show you isn't just some fancy tech setup. It's something that you can do right now with tools that you already have. I'm Evan Goldstein. I'm a licensed professional engineer and a data scientist, building AI Capitalist to talk to the leaders and the thinkers, like you, about navigating this new world of thinking machines. Today's episode isn't just about maintenance work. It's about solving one of the biggest problems that every business faces, that painful integration period when new people join your team. Just when everyone is just too busy to train properly, but somehow expects that new person to just figure it out. Now, what I discovered is that your old emails are basically a gold mine of institutional knowledge that's just sitting there. With the right AI approach, you can extract all those unwritten rules, the daily workflows, and the things that nobody tells you into actual training materials that work. Instead of losing weeks getting someone up to speed, you're handing them a roadmap on day one. Plus, I'll show you how the same process can work for literally any role in your company, not just the technical stuff. It's about capturing what people actually do, not what the job posting says they do, and then turning that into something actionable.
All right, so here we have my emails. Now let's see.
So now we're in ChatGPT. Now I'm working on a maintenance project, and I'm just going to work on some of my old emails. I'm going to show you one optimization that I've found of many within using ChatGPT. We want to hire a planner scheduler. Planner schedulers generally help with scheduling maintenance tasks on large capital equipment and everything that goes with that. So ordering parts and coordinating with space owners who are actually the tenants who are in the space. But I don't really have a detailed description. Another problem that we often have is that no one trains anyone anymore. I remember when I started as an engineer, they just threw us into a bullpen full of other engineers and would just give us work and say, get started. There's no manual, this is how you do this. And you're fresh out of school and you just don't know what you're doing. For most companies, this kind of makes sense. There's so much turnover nowadays that you don't get the 40-year gold watch or any of that nonsense. You're there for as long as you're useful to them and as long as they're useful to you. Most people last 4 or 5 years at a particular place and then off to the next thing. So there's no sense in investing a huge amount in training them. But it does make the integration period hard. That's just been a change in business culture over the last few decades. So what would be helpful would be to have an SOP that would tell a new employee exactly what to do so they could just hit the ground running on day one. Now, we don't really know enough about this position. We know we want the position. We have some idea of what the person does. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to extract email conversations. Now, when you're extracting emails, you have to be careful that you only extract those emails that don't have personal information in them from like HR communications with like social security numbers or people's home phone numbers or things like that. But once that's done, and I'm going to show you how to do that, you can really use the data. So here we go.
So here we have the emails, and we're going to see how do we extract this information as a text file. File, and export, import, export to a file. Next, comma separated values or tab. Yeah, next. Let's finish it.
Okay, here we are in ChatGPT. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is upload that file that I just created, email file. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come up with a prompt for a ChatGPT, and I'm going to make this a research project. Run a deep research project because I want to get outside references as well. I'm going to allow to use the microphone. Hi, ChatGPT. You're an expert in preventive maintenance and in workflows and management of maintenance activities at a major facility. I'm going to attach a series of emails from a reliability engineer in that field. I want you to look at these emails and find the tasks that would typically be associated with a planner scheduler. I then want you to write a position description for this planner scheduler that could be posted on the company website to find qualified candidates. I then want you to create an SOP describing all of the actions that a planner scheduler has to do. The goal here is to create a position for someone who's going to take a load off of my plate and off of everybody else I work with and put it into one special position, which would then free us up to do what we all specialize in. The SOP that you create should be detailed and specific and refer to specific tasks that this person does, whom they communicate with, and what actions they should be taking to move the preventive and predictive maintenance program forward. However, it should not use actual people's names and phone numbers or emails. It should just list position titles of the person with whom the planner scheduler will be interacting. I want you to use deep research to research this position of a planner scheduler across the internet in order to get a better sense of what tasks and duties this person would be expected to perform. Okay, now we're just going to let it get to work. Now it's going to ask us a few additional questions. We'll call this a research facility. Tririga is the computerized maintenance management system that's used. I don't know what certifications or experience a planner scheduler typically has. That's why we have deep research to search the internet. For focus on both, it's asking, are we focused more on preventive maintenance, preventing problems from happening, or are we focused on dealing with things that come up after there's a failure? And I say, let's just be thorough. Focus on both, be thorough. Go. Okay, now that ChatGPT is clarified, it's going to start doing its research. And I will pause the recording. And bam, there it is. So we've got above here, we've got the inputs. Here we have the position description, which we can pare down. And then we can go through here, key interactions, got everything you would need to find the right person. And then down here, we've got the SOP, the morning review, the prioritize and triage problems, daily schedule confirmation, work orders. This is telling us who this person would have to talk to deal with in order to run a schedule, in order to keep maintenance issues scheduled and running. And the daily communication requirements. We've got larger, longer term things. This is something you could hand to someone. They walk in the door. Here you go. This is how we start. Right? And it's a much better description than just throwing someone into the mix and seeing if they sink or swim. This is giving them the life vest that they need to learn how to swim in this environment. It's going to make your business much more successful. And this is just for this role. Now, in this case, I've only used some of my old emails. You can go to multiple employees and have them do the same thing. All the people that this individual would be interacting with. So your shop supervisors, your trade specialists, your preventive maintenance specialists, and whoever's running these teams. And you can do the same thing and agglomerate all of these emails, and you can get a more and more accurate SOP of what tasks this person would have to perform. So this is just another way that you can use automation and artificial intelligence to accelerate your workflow. Think of how long this would have taken to come up with just on my own, just typing at a keyboard and thinking and reading through old emails. This is days worth of work. Think of how long it would take the person to integrate and learn all of these things. There's a lot of things on here that you're not even going to think of when you're just coming up with this position out of your head. So this is just another way that AI capitalists can help to build efficiencies, save time, smooth out the process, and get people doing the things that they're really good at and that they really specialize in.